You're listening to CBC Online at cbchs.org.
Hold on to that tradition. Make that tradition a part of you. Always be proud when you pray it. And always remember that everything that you do today into the future is all done in the holy presence of God. Please rise as we read Monsignor
CBC Online, we are with Monsignor Ted Wojcicki, and what an honor to be able to speak to these kids today.
Yes, it is. It's beautiful. I try to encourage them, and as you heard, one of my main things to encourage them in is that their lives will go on beyond the bounds of this building. And as beautiful as life is here, I'm trying to prepare them for their life when they'll be given back throughout the world.
One of your messages today was the whole aspect of Men for Tomorrow and Brothers for Life, and you really talked about right today they begin their brotherhood. Talk about that a little bit more.
Well, that's right. I mean, even a little more candidly, being part of a brotherhood is more than being a frat boy. For some people, I'm afraid that's all Brothers for Life means. Is you have frat brothers for life. Well, it's not quite what we're getting at. You're brother of Jesus Christ, and in that brotherhood, you're called to live it out in giving back to the world. And of course, so many alums of this school are beautiful at doing that. And even at this introductory session, I was trying to encourage the boys to do that.
And certainly, you've been involved with the school for many years, and you've seen that these kids coming in as freshmen, the parents are very excited about being part of this community.
They are. The parents, of course, as I've seen from a parish priest, the parents just they love their children, and when they hit those teenage years, it's a little frightening for them. Frankly, it's like, now what's going to happen to these kids? I worked hard at raising them, and so it's a comfort to them to know that they've entrusted them to a school community which is going to help support the same values with which they believe. And
Monsignor, finally, you talked about the importance of going to church every Sunday. I know that's something that as these guys get into high school, sometimes they tend to filter out, but it's important that they get there every Sunday. Talk about that a little bit more.
Well, I was also, of course, talking to their parents. I'm afraid that it's not great in all of our elementary schools that the parents themselves aren't going to church on Sundays, and how can the children go if they don't? So I was pretty well aware that there were 800 or 900 people here today who were not in their parish churches. And I'm afraid too many Catholics nowadays, they do go to Mass for special occasions, weddings, funerals, first communions, baptisms, events like this today, but that's kind of the extent of their participation. So I was trying to stress the importance of that regular participation. We can tell what our values are by the way we give our time. So I was trying to encourage them that this life that Jesus has to offer to them, and the values and the guidance that he has to offer them, isn't going to come down automatically. They've got to do their part to make themselves present to the faith.
Again, this is Monsignor Wojcicki. Again, we appreciate you saying Mass for the incoming freshman Mass. We'll talk to you next time.
Okay, God bless you.
We're with the Director of Admissions, Jim Brockman, at the incoming freshman Mass for class of 2016. So, Jim, talk about this Mass and how does this fit into the admissions process?
This is an awesome opportunity for the entire CBC community to come together in support of the class of 2016. This is really one of the first opportunities that both the class of 2016 and their parents get to come and celebrate the Eucharist as a community, as a CBC community. And so it's just a really neat opportunity to have them come on campus. We had well over 200 kids here this morning, and of course their families as well. And now the second part of that is, of course, they get to go into the gymnasium and eat. We've got over 1,000 donuts there, and they're all eating donuts right now. So.
But getting back to the Eucharist, I mean, Monsignor Ted Wojcicki, who's a member of our board, said the Mass, and he actually talked about the whole aspect of brothers for life, and really this is where it begins, this first moment with this Mass.
Exactly, and really, I mean, we always talk about, you know, this brotherhood that we develop here at CBC, and I think it's second to none. Father Ted really said something that struck home with me. He said, you know, being brothers for life is very important in the name of CBC, but also in the name of a larger group, and that's the group of Christians that, you know, also are brothers for life, that we're all brothers in Christ. And so I thought his message was really, really poignant, and fitted really well with what we expect of our boys, of course, Men for Tomorrow, Brothers for Life.
I was impressed with the number of people who come out for this event. We had a full house here in Ross Hall, probably more than 1,000 chairs set down. So talk about just the fact that people are so eager to come to this event.
Yeah, it's, again, every year we have it. We have it in the second semester. These guys are second semester 8th graders, and I think we can kind of remember being second semester 8th graders or second semester seniors. They're excited about joining moving to the next level, joining the next community. And I know they've all had probably pretty good experiences in their grade schools, but now they're anxious and excited to get here to CBC and start this. And so this is kind of just another step along the road for them to becoming enrolled students here at CBC and as members of the class of 2016.
And finally, the fact that this is a religious event really kind of sends a statement that, you know, we are a faith-based community. This is this is a fact of what they're going to be seeing every day at CBC, every class. So talk about just that whole aspect.
We would be remiss if we didn't include the faith formation of our boys as part of our admissions process, and we want all of our families to understand that this is first and foremost one of the main reasons why you would choose a Catholic school is the continuation of the faith formation that they've ingrained in their students. And so I think we would be wrong if we didn't have part of this admissions process be a Eucharist where we can bring the entire incoming freshman community together and celebrate the Eucharist as a group. And so it's something we've done for as long as I can remember. Even as an incoming 8th grader or incoming freshman, I can remember going to the welcome mass. And so this is a wonderful tradition here, and it's very interesting how it works out because we begin their career with a welcome mass, we end their career with a baccalaureate mass, and so it's a really nice bookend for their experience here at CBC.
Again, that's Jim Brockman, the Director of Admissions. We are at the incoming freshman mass. We'll check you next time.
CBC, Men for Tomorrow, Brothers for Life.